We're back, and we are seeing our second blockbuster feature film of the summer of the week. We saw F1 on Tuesday, and we're seeing Jurassic World Rebirth.
Feels like Christmas, dude. Going to the theater twice in a week.
Hell
I don't remember
yeah,
the last
dude.
time I've ever done that.
I don't think we ever have. Each one of us, and probably everybody, has a franchise, a series, a
person,
a book, whatever, that they're just like so, it's so foundational to who they are and their taste and the things that they like, that they will forgive any flaw. Sam Slade, we've experienced this with the X-Men movies. Sam Slade loves the X-Men
It's not
movies.
quite the same for X-Men.
We've also experienced this
flawless.
with Sam Slade and Brad Pitt.
Again,
Sam Slade
he's
will
never
watch
missed.
any Brad Pitt movie and love it.
He's
It's
just
a
never
10 out of
missed.
10 every time for Sam Slade.
Again, this doesn't. You
regardless
should
of
use.
if it's good.
You should
Regardless,
use better.
it doesn't matter if
examples,
it's
better
good.
examples.
It's just Brad Pitt's
because
in it, so it doesn't change anything.
most Jurassic Park movies are bad.
Well, that doesn't.
And there's not a single bad X-Men movie.
To lay my cards on the table, I am like a huge Jurassic Park dork. Jurassic Park is my favorite film of all time. The Lost World is a movie that I love and will defend to the death. Like, I think that movie is actually good, and I will fight you. It's a 99% good movie, and there's one there's 1% that's bad, and everyone that doesn't like it focuses on the 1%.
I would drop it to like 70%.
It's 89.999. 90% good.
The moment she kills the Velociraptor with gymnastics,
which is awesome.
From that moment on, it's just ass.
But you've already watched 90% of the movie by
No,
then.
there's still
Don't
like
look at
20 minutes left
Don't
at
look
that
at the runtime. I was excited for this film. I don't like any of Gareth Evans' movies that I've seen.
He's done too many high-profile projects.
And those projects get
sucking
so
balls.
much undeserved praise. Like Rogue One sucks ass. It
Rogue
still
One
sucks
sucks.
ass. The creators.
I was gonna say the Aviator. The creator. The creator sucked balls. I don't know why anybody thinks that movie's good. Like, it's just a bad movie.
Digital shot it at FX3 though.
Yeah.
Like, you could buy that camera.
Yeah, that's cool. Gareth Edwards, I don't think he's ever made a good movie.
No.
I can't think of one. Can I think of one, Kevin?
I think his first two movies are
Monsters.
okay.
Oh, and Godzilla
Monsters
2014.
and Godzilla 2014.
Ooh, that's a brave tweet, dude. A lot of people are.
You know
down
what?
on
Godzilla 2014
I don't
is
give a f- you
way...
people
I know,
are wrong.
I'm just saying. I'm saying you're
people.
throwing out a
Godzilla
brave tweet.
2014 has some good direction.
As a Jurassic Park fan, my bar for enjoyment is so f***ing low. If you put in a dinosaur and people run from the dinosaur and the dinosaur eats some people, and you get some cool little dinosaur scenes, then that's cool.
I vaguely relate in the fact that that's kind of how I am with the X-Men franchise, even though those are always masterpieces.
His strength is fluff over substance.
And scale.
These are dinosaurs.
Scale.
Scale.
If there's anything this motherfucker can do,
You have one
The
job.
coolest part about the creator is the big old ship with the
Yeah.
light.
If Gareth Edwards could deliver a solidly put together but dumb, bland, Gareth Edwards style Jurassic Park fan film with a couple of
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson, Jack Bridgington's there,
Mahershala Ali is
Ali, yeah, almost Blade.
based on some of the trailers and stuff, they did seem like they were like, oh, here's like some of the more horror-y kind of scenes, and I'm like,
It's
okay.
not going to be the stupid globe trotting.
It's not going to be this like this. We're leaning a little away from the adventure. We're going more to horror, and I was like, okay.
David Koepp's back.
David Koepp is writing the script. He also writes ass sometimes, which is a red flag.
What has he written?
Oh, he's written like some of the best movies ever made and some of the worst pieces of shit ever
What is he-
made. Well, he wrote the original Jurassic Park.
Based on a book. Moving on.
Oh,
the Indiana Jones.
The Mummy.
Okay. Cool.
2017.
Tom Cruise. Dude, come on. He wrote Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
That guy doesn't suck. He actually made the worst script put to film. I'm saying way too much before my thoughts going in.
Title Rebirth, I was kind of hoping maybe this is kind of the start of a new direction, but it also doesn't look that different.
Dude, it looked like Kong Skull Island.
Yeah.
The over CG jungle vistas.
It just looked like modern Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
It didn't look. It just was like.
I remember seeing a promo for it too where Gareth Edwards was like, oh, we shot on film. Yeah, this movie shot on film. We got real film cameras just like the old ones.
I fought really hard that we shot this on Kodak with Panavision lenses.
Oh, it didn't look like it was shot on film.
Shot on film. Well, it's the thing with film now, dude, is when Hollywood makes a movie shooting on film, they still color grade everything digitally and add a bunch of saturation
yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like film anymore.
They crank the saturation slider.
Sucks. I really, really like the first Jurassic Park. It's amazing.
it's Steven
I would say
Spielberg classic.
objectively top 20 movies ever made. It's perfect. You guys wrote me into watching any sequel. I actually tried to never watch a Jurassic Park sequel for the longest time until Jurassic World came out, and then you guys were like, no, dude, we're gonna watch all of them, dude. They're actually pretty good. Like, don't let everyone lie to you. They're actually pretty good. And then I watched them, I was like, these suck. Starlight again. I was like,
hitting up the Starlight.
hitting the Starlight.
And
I was
F1
sitting there, I
review.
was like, oh, dude, I'm excited. I just get to go see a movie again in the theater. That was so awesome when I saw
Yeah.
F1. F1 was so cool.
Yep.
Seeing movies is awesome, and I was like, this
We
is
were
gonna
hyped up. We
this-
also F1. We had the entire theater to ourselves, basically.
It was a great
There was
experience.
like two old people.
And it was a classic experience. It felt like being in an older theater that
Yeah.
we grew up watching.
Starlight, just in case you didn't see our F1 video, is a theater kind of local to us, smaller chain. It's not like your AMC.
$7.
Yeah, we paid $6.50 or whatever for our tickets, which in Southern California is like basically getting it for free. You have to pay $6.50 just to put the key in the ignition of your car.
Yeah.
Like that $6.50 is right there. So just getting
Yeah, government
tickets-
official goes to your car and taps on your windows, like, and you're like, I'm out of quarters. I was actually like kind of excited just to go to the movies again.
Yeah.
All of that faded the moment I like realized how packed the theater was going to be.
To this experience's credit, we did go see the movie opening night the day before 4th of July.
In a nickel and dime theater.
All that's to say, the theater was fucking packed. And it was all fats, olds, and kids.
Yes, dude,
what I'm calling
it was insane. The smell, dude. The
don't-
smell.
Just don't even get me started on the smell. I'm pretty sure someone farted halfway through the movie.
And it stayed.
Halfway? You mean half?
And people walked into the theater with lanterns.
Oh my god. Dude, I was sitting there. I was seething. I was so angry. You would have these fats. These...
Take that clean. Take that clean, dude.
I don't know if you can.
Dude, you can't laugh. You cannot laugh. Dude, it was fucking insane. I was seething. You'd have these people, these fats, they would come in and they'd have like God damn it.
Calling them fats.
You'd have these fats. So here's what I will say about the Starlight is both Starlight experiences have now given us material that has made me laugh so hard I've cried. So
Yeah.
I mean
That's good, dude. We got to keep going back, even
Good
though
or bad?
even though I hated the experience this time. If I watched a movie I actually cared about, I would have been pissed. The moment the movie started, I was like, oh yeah, this movie's gonna suck. Why did I even think that I was gonna have a good time at the movies?
it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be when it started because there were some people like making comments and like doing like little jokes.
I would have taken that over children running around going like, "Where's the dinosaurs? Where's the dinosaurs?
You knew when-
Wait, is the T-Rex dead?"
I think Gareth Edwards should have sat in on our screening because actually it was a really good barometer of how fucking boring a scene was getting.
Yeah.
Because the kids would just start like, because the theater was packed full of kids.
It was packed full of
Fats and
kids.
kids.
Fats and kids, dude.
You could feel like the volume of the theater rise as the scene went on too long because the kids would just all start talking and they'd be like, "Where did that? Oh, what?"
So when are we gonna get the dinosaurs again?
Yeah.
Like, literally, like they would call out like, "This sucks. Where are the guns?" Like,
Yeah.
these kids were
And I'm like,
relentless. dude.
Gareth Edwards should have to be in this theater. He should have to be here.
I hope he was there.
Yeah.
They don't understand it was shot on film. They don't understand.
There was this one this woman that had her pack of children.
One
with her.
fat, so many
But
fats.
she was just like, she had her phone flashlight and was just like pointing it at people. And I'm like, get to the movie on time. When the lights are on, that's when you're supposed to sit down, not 20 minutes into the fucking movie.
And was Keegan there before you?
Yes.
I imagine Keegan sitting there is like, oh, there's not that many people. And then you just see the crowds of fats coming in. and they're just... Gotta make sure to fart in here, not outside.
No, fart in here. Just fart in here. It's fine. We have not even started to review the movie.
I just want to give a disclaimer. People that are fat, that doesn't make you a fat. I want to.
Yeah, no, we are all fat.
We're none of us are in shape. This is not a condemnation on your body or lifestyle. But when we are referring to these fats, you know what we're talking about.
It's not just. It's not just
the mouth breathers.
It's not about weight.
No, it has nothing. It's your.
I've met a fat that was 90 pounds.
These people coming in that are farting.
Farting, smelling, being rude.
And yeah, being
With
rude,
lanterns?
being rude, and coming to the movie really late, talking, and then letting their obnoxious kids talk. This is who we're referring to as fats, not just like overweight schlubs like ourselves. We're good people.
I was very happy with my first Starlight experience, and I'm very not happy with my second one.
It did suck. Now, here's the thing. You cannot blame Starlight.
For the fans.
You can blame them for me not being able to hear the movie very well.
Yeah, it was too quiet.
Genuine complaints. Like, I think we were just too far away from the screen, which is where
But
the
that
speaker
shouldn't
was.
be an issue.
Yeah, they have a little speaker down there at
that
the bottom.
should-
Yeah. Did you not see the employee that was holding up the speaker? Like,
The sound was not what you would expect from. I mean, again, it was $6.50, but like
the screen was a bit dim.
I know people get annoyed when Red Letter Media spends their entire reviews complaining about the theater experience, but we normally go to wealthy people theaters
Where fats are banned. David Koepp, while having a very
long
history and I would say genuinely good career, it sounds like, he somehow has turned in probably the worst script put to film I've ever seen.
It's pretty bad.
Every moment I'm questioning the reality.
Each character is supposed to be a specialist in their field. Like we have the mercenary. She's supposed to be this tough, like no nonsense, knows what she's doing. Then you have the scientist, supposed to be this like head of a museum department, knows what he's talking about, studied out under Alan Grant.
These guys are the best.
These guys are the best. But then in every conversation they have, they're like the dumbest people ever.
I was like, they're bringing back the classic Jurassic Park thing where all of the scientists are retarded.
None of the actors seem like they're even trying to sell you on the reality.
No.
It's all like a joke.
That's the biggest problem with this movie is that I'm looking at moments that happen and I'm like, this would be a good moment if like the actors were selling, or the script at least, selling an emotional moment. Like they have the helicopter crash. Spoilers, the helicopter crashes. They have the helicopter crash towards the end and they cut to Mahershala Ali looking at the fire. And I was like, this moment could be cool if Mahershala Ali flipped out.
Yeah.
Think about this. This character, that was his last hope. And they just cut to him in a slow-mo shot. He has no face. He's not reacting. And I'm like, in Jurassic Park or a well-directed, well-made movie, you would be like, oh shoot, and the character would be like reacting.
It's devastating.
It's devastating.
But I'm just
The moments don't feel like anything.
What Steven Spielberg is so good at doing is those shots that tell you a lot that don't have any dialogue. I have just like such strong pictures in my head of like kind of push-in shots on either, Alan Grant.
All the characters fumbling to take their sunglasses off.
Yeah, and like the serious concerned looks on their faces. They look scared in the situation. They're terrified. That is a directing thing.
This movie is not directed. It just feels like, okay, here's the scene, here's the shot, and then we're moving on. It's never like this shot means this means this moment means this. There's not a single feeling like that throughout the whole thing.
These are all great actors that can deliver amazing performances.
Rebel Moon, the guy that's in Rebel Moon,
yeah, and Scream.
Ed Scream,
yeah. He's a good actor.
I was sad that he died so early because even though I don't like Rebel Moon, he's good at being that shit-eating kind of bad guy.
Here's why it sucked that he died early. He provided conflict to the movie.
Yeah.
And then you're just kind of like, okay, well now all the characters are the same.
Because he was the one that was willing to kill dinosaurs.
Yeah. It's like, oh, he died and like no one else died. No characters died in the movie.
They were paying an homage to Jurassic Park 3, where they just have a bunch of
Shut up.
Where they kill the 3 or 4 extras and every main character
it's so
lives.
weird. A lot of the scenes are just cobbled together other scenes from the books that they didn't use, so that was weird. Because it's like, oh, they have the river raft scene from the first Jurassic Park book. That's kind of cool. It only lasts like a second. It's just like, it's almost like you're actually going on the river raft ride at Universal because it's just kind of like short. It's short, doesn't really mean anything. The T-Rex never comes back, so whatever. Village sequence is very reminiscent of not just the village scene in the Lost World, but also like the scene in the book. So he's taking all these components and he's like trying to make Jurassic Park fans happy by including all these things. It's weird that they clearly put all this thought to taking all of these elements to try to give a Jurassic Park fan like myself all these things that haven't been put to screen before, only to just recreate the exact plot of Jurassic Park 3, the movie no one likes for its plot. I love that movie. You like that movie because there's a part where a velociraptor says Alan.
You don't like it because of the actual things in the movie.
They literally recreate the plot beat for beat. People go, they're not on a rescue mission, but it kind of becomes a rescue mission once they decide that they're rescuing that family.
There's a stupid fucking family.
Add stupid crap that makes the movie worse.
The beauty of Jurassic Park 3 is that it flies by.
It's such a positive, it is its detriment also.
I think Scarlett Johansson was pretty good. She was playing a character and I think her like sarcasticness and like a lot of like very like confident moments that she had were very cool. I think she worked as a character. I think a lot of moments didn't service her.
We said the movie's poorly written, and an example of that is in the beginning we have like a couple scenes back to back of the main business guy recruiting Scarlett Johansson and then them recruiting Jack Bridgington, and they're like, we gotta go get this dinosaur DNA, it's gonna be insane, it's gonna cure cancer or whatever. And she's like, okay, so yeah, like,
It's gonna be dangerous.
it's gonna be dangerous, we're gonna go somewhere dangerous. So the audience is like, okay, so we've already put all the puzzle pieces
put the pieces together already.
Yeah, and then they meet Jack Bridgington and they have to sell him on the same thing. But then Scarlett Johansson in that scene doesn't realize that they're gonna go see dinosaurs. She's like, wait, we're actually gonna go get living specimens?
And it's gonna be dangerous?
And it's gonna be dangerous? And you're like, what do you think we're doing there? And it's like those...
That scene was insane. This plot is stupid.
The movie's stupid.
Well, no,
yeah.
not that the plot is stupid, but that's not what I meant. The script is stupid.
Yeah.
Because in a good movie, in a Spielberg directed movie, it would have ended at that bridge scene with Scarlett Johansson. Because I got it. I figured it out. You're going to the island. You're gonna get some dino DNA, and it's gonna be dangerous. And only the best of the best can go.
Yeah.
And then they over-explain it in that next scene. And that scene is like 15 minutes long. It feels like 15 minutes long.
Well, you compare that with the opening of Jurassic Park, where a very similar thing is happening, and all of those scenes are very dynamically filmed. There's a lot of moving pieces. Like that first scene
Those
where
scenes are like
Gennaro...
2 minutes long.
Mystery, because they're moving through this mine shaft and there's like all these dark shadows and it's like, ooh, where are we going? It's kind of mysterious and you're being enclosed in this little area.
Also,
and
there's humor because it introduces Gennaro as a character, and you see him gonna fumble. Yeah.
And it happens like that, and then it's over, and then we cut and we meet Alan Grant.
Because the audience isn't stupid.
And things are happening. Like they're dusting up.
But when you write a movie for the fats,
and that is.
I have a point. When
The movie's written for the fats.
When you write a movie for the fats, dude, this is what you get.
Yeah.
There's a lot of points in like Nolan movies or other like complicated movies where like they'll be like blah blah blah, super crazy thing that I just said, and then they go, you're saying this, and they say the dumb version of it.
Yeah.
That happened in this movie a million times, but the first thing they said was already stupid.
Yeah, it's
They're
not-
like,
it wasn't
dinosaurs are
complicated.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that
Dinosaurs
dinosaurs
are
might eat me?
dangerous?
Like that is the level of like dialogue that we're at. Something I really liked about like what the plot almost was that it was like a lot of the pieces were there and they just ruined it. You get this mercenary character, has a dark past with a dead mother.
With a patented...
Who died of natural causes that we don't really know. We don't really know, but we should learn later, but we don't learn later in this movie. But in my script in my
I
head,
think they made a vague gesture to it being heart diseases that could have been saved by...
Exactly, but they don't have a good moment about
Yeah.
that. Ignore
Yeah.
the family that gets stranded on the boat. That's
They should have
garbage.
been dead
Get
by the... They
rid
should
of those people.
They should have been dead. They should have just died.
What is that writer's name again?
David Koepp?
Moron. Do not put those people in there. She's clearly like, I'm only about the money. I'm this cool, sarcastic, awesome mercenary person. And then through the plot of the movie, she's changed a little bit because of the shitty people she has to work with.
She has to work with a nerd.
The good nerd.
A
The
good
good
nerd-
nerd that transforms her.
And again, an idea I like, he is a mission liable, like he's a liability to their mission because he's kind of incompetent, but he is smart at what he does. He just can't do the survival stuff, and he's making good points. You know,
They don't use any of that though. Like I wish there was more moments where they had to kind of like pick up the slack with him.
Yeah.
It was more just like he was there.
Yeah.
And then he would say.
And then he was
nerd
like
stuff.
really effective.
Yeah,
Like,
and
the
he was
minute
also
got
kind
there.
of a survivalist himself.
He was like,
Where Scarlett
yeah, I
Johansson
work
should have
out.
had an arc where it was like she's this. I don't care about anything. I have such a dark past. I shouldn't care about anything. All I care about is money. I don't want to give these miracle drugs or miracle serums from dinosaurs to help people because I just want money.
Yeah.
But if the nerd guy is able to convince her, like, no, this is better for the world, and also your mother would have been saved, that draws the two together. She would have been played better, even. Like, not that Scarlett Johansson did a bad job, but if it was more emotionally directed.
She could have done better with a better script.
Exactly.
is what you're-
And you cut that family out. You would have had a pretty solid, like, unique, different Jurassic Park movie where it's not just about people trying to get out of a Jurassic Park situation. It's people actively putting themselves in a Jurassic Park situation, which is cool. I thought that's what they were doing at first. I was like, that is awesome. Like, these people are in over their heads. They think they're so awesome, but they're dealing with dinosaurs. Instead, it was more like, no, now it's a survival movie just like any other Jurassic
Well, it
Park
becomes
movie.
Jurassic Park 3, the boat crash. I was really hoping the boat wouldn't crash. Like, I wanted a little bit longer of them like the mission kind of feeling like it had some semblance of control. Like they thought they had some control
That's the
over
thing.
it.
Like, it should have gotten to a point where the characters were kind of like, and I would say Scarlett Johansson specifically, it should have gotten to the point where it was like, okay, is this worth it, or should we continue on with the mission? Like,
Yeah.
is this getting too crazy, or should we try to get the money still?
Well, like,
And it should have been like, yeah, no, I know we almost just died. We are gonna still do this.
in The Lost World, actually, this is an element also written by David Koepp. The main characters do something that is ideologically motivated, but ultimately a bad decision. They sabotage the other people who have come to the island, and they are way more prepared. They have like all these like trucks and guns and all this equipment, and they sabotage it. And that one act ends up ruining both of their missions. So like it has cause and effect. There's like this domino effect of they make a decision and then it has these consequences and it gets one of their people killed and it's a big deal. Whereas in this movie, the Mosasaur just kind of decides, okay, well, it has to be a survival movie now.
Yeah.
Because the Mosasaur is the
It's almost like he
character that makes
forgot that
decisions.
like there should be conflict below the conflict.
Yeah.
Like internal conflict. Like Rocky isn't just like, it's not like Apollo Creed is a twirling mustache villain. There's conflict and there's the enemy.
Yeah.
I also, I do like Jack Bridgington. As you can probably tell, audience, I have been forced to watch Bridgington by a loved woman of mine, as many men have.
The loved woman of yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said A.
Well, sorry, I was one of the many.
My mom.
So they give the character a pretty much verbatim speech from kind of an unused, it's a Lost World line where he's talking about like, oh, the world would be fine. Humans are parasitic or whatever. When Jeff Goldblum is misanthropic, you buy it. He's like charismatic and charming, but he has this dark, brooding side to him that you're like, yeah, he kind of does hate humanity a little bit.
It's like, I get what he's saying. I would hate to be that person.
Yeah. He has a very sardonic, jaded edge to him that Jack Bridgington, he's like this lovable, kind of doughy-eyed. He doesn't have the edge to him that those lines needed.
That scene also, it doesn't have a payoff to anything.
Well, it's
They kind of just threw it in there because Koepp was like, this isn't deep enough. Let's talk about climate change.
Yeah.
I think that gets to the root of a bigger problem. There are things in this movie that exist and then they don't exist again. And nearly everything is like that. Like the whole thing with her mom, like we mentioned, that whole random speech, he just flared up, got cynical for a minute, and then that went away completely. And there's so many things like that too, like and also the Triceratops baby, just they introduced it and then it didn't go anywhere.
No.
Yeah.
Just a little thing to
has
sell
Like
toys.
it wasn't even a thing to like, oh, it made a noise. Oh, and now it saw
I
us.
thought
Like,
for sure there was going to be a payoff where it's the baby of the mutant.
Like
or it
when
was
they-
just the baby of something.
when they got to the mutant lands,
Yeah, exactly. It could have been a baby of something
Yeah.
that they would have been saved by the fact that they have the baby.
The velociraptor pterodactyls are like gonna eat them or whatever, and then the little baby comes out. They all like run away from it, and they're like, "Oh, why are you running away from the little baby?" And then behind it, the big one comes up, and it's the same thing, but it's this giant thing, and it's
Squashes
just,
the other ones.
basic like
the head
it's
off.
This
basic
is setups
shit.
and payoffs.
Basic
not setups
shit.
and nothing.
Basic
Or
shit.
payoffs and nothing.
I also thought that the nerd guys, his like, let's make it open source. I was like, shut the fuck up.
Get the money,
Get
bitch.
the money, bitch. The dialogue felt so half-baked, and it just didn't feel. Every time he was like, "Well, let's make it open source," it just felt like it came out of nowhere. Where it's like, we weren't talking about that.
Yeah, well, that's how every scene is. Like,
Yeah.
we weren't talking about that.
Yeah. He starts talking about it while they're like right after they got the first sample. It's like, wait, you agreed to this. You knew you were
It's
signing up
almost
for
like
evil
it's
company.
almost like David Koepp was like, "Oh shoot, internal conflict.
Oh shoot, no one likes pharmaceutical
Ah,
companies.
shoot.
Maybe the characters shouldn't like
The characters shouldn't be supporting the bad companies. We'll just say they can do something else with it."
Why did they agree? It's fine. I'll just put in a line where he's like, "Don't you want to see dinosaurs again?"
I am okay with having a group of main characters that are sketchy.
Or you do a little thing called setting it up. If the nerd guy, if you establish beforehand that he has a moral qualm with what they're doing. When they walk into his and he's like, "I already told you, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not helping your stupid pharmaceutical company. I have real science to do. I'm sorry." And then, he talks him into it, but that entire time he's against the mission. He's going
So they don't kill dinosaurs. He's going so that he
exactly.
can actually be.
I was about to say you
Going for
steal
humanity.
from the Lost World, because that's essentially what they did in the Lost World. He's like, "I'm not going on this mission because I support what you're doing. I'm going on it to save my girlfriend." You do something like that, and he is involuntarily there and complaining about it the entire time. But he has to be there because
and scheming his own way around it.
But they don't set it up. It just comes out of nowhere. I think I would have been fine with the plot point if it had more build up to that point, but they just drop it after everything's going well. They just got their first successful sample. Everyone's like high-fiving. They're like, "Why are we doing this though?"
We should be doing the right thing.
We should be doing the right thing. This is the wrong thing. I want to be doing the right thing. And it just, you feel like you just got slapped in the face.
In the beginning, when we meet, so I'm sorry to go back to the family. We have to act like they exist because they're in the movie. We go back to the family, and your first impression of
You're like, these are dinosaur food.
these are dinosaur food.
They're in
people.
this movie to get eaten.
Yeah.
And then you're
Why
like,
else are they here?
And then you're like, oh, this scene's going on kind of.
Oh, and they're
long.
making the boyfriend really annoying because he's gonna fucking get torn apart. Dude, this
Yeah.
boyfriend guy is
Like-
gonna get fucking shredded by
this.
some dinosaurs.
I was like, I can't wait because this guy is intolerable.
I kept thinking that the joke was going to be that the mosasaur just comes up and just eats the entire boat because I was like, these are insufferable people. They're going to be cut out. of the
These
movie.
are meant to be eaten by dinosaurs.
Yes.
That is why you write
And
them
you're
in.
gonna be a little sad because there's a little girl.
It's a little girl, and they did have a whole 2 to 5 minute scene
But
about
you know what?
them. Of course, it's gonna be sad.
Steven Spielberg was the person that kicked off this franchise. He loved killing kids. Jaws
yeah.
has some awesome dead kids in it. The young Steven Spielberg version of this is super quick. You get the family being, boyfriend's a little annoying. You get a little, like a couple seconds, but the most important seconds to understand their family dynamic and what they're doing. And then you get a little bit of the Spinosaurus. Oh, what's going on there? That's a little weird. And then the Mosasaur, and then the boat maybe starts to flip, and then it cuts. And then we're driving, we're back with our main characters. Whoa, what was that? And they walk out. What was that? What did we hit a rock or
You
something?
see the little girl's backpack.
And then you see the wreckage of the boat, and then the little girl's backpack is floating in the water, and that's fucking it.
That would be sweet.
This is dangerous. What they're
This
about
is
to do
dangerous.
is dangerous. There's a reason it's illegal to go
Instead,
see this.
everybody's alive, and it's not dangerous at all because the dinosaurs are slow. They're going.
In the Lost World, the opening scene is a little girl playing with dinosaurs, and then you just hear her screaming, and then her parents and all their butlers, because they're rich British people, run up, and then you just end on the mom screaming, and that's it. And then it's over.
Yeah, and then you cut away, and you're like, oh my god. Jurassic Park 3 has a terrifying opening scene where they almost crash into some rocks with their boat.
Something that was really pissing me off about every action sequence in this movie is that it was all so poorly thought out, and the whole time I was like, why is that happening? Why didn't you show this? You called attention to this later. Why didn't you show that? They have that whole boat sequence, and I'm like, everyone is acting so stupidly. Why did Mahershala Ali not stop the boat when he realized he was going to crash in the rocks? He just goes,
Well, why was the boat completely stopped when the Mosasaur and the Spinosauruses came up to it?
Why was it? Once they saw it, he stops the boat until they start attacking them, and then they start going, and I'm like, why aren't you leaving? You have a boat that's going at least 40 knots, which is probably faster than those Spinosauruses. I don't know how fast they can go in water. They probably can't prove that with science.
Yeah.
But I'm imagining a boat that they also use for the Coast Guard could go that fast. There's a lot of stupid boat stuff, dude. I can pop off about boat stuff, dude. If you want.
Pop off.
Dude, every single time they were talking about like the like mechanics of the boat were so stupid. Because no one talks like that. She's like, secure me to the bow railing. And I'm like, why did you say bow railing? Why did you just say railing? Because you're by the bow, you're on the bow, and you're by the railing. Why did you say bow railing?
She's not a sea person.
But why did she say that? Mahershala Ali is calling commands to himself about how he's going to operate his own boat. You are doing it. You are only going to say that if you're telling a person that's operating your boat to do that. Like what?
It's really the difference movies made for the fats. I just kept thinking there's so many moments in this movie where like you could see the writer David Koepp sitting there. Well, the fats won't get it if he doesn't say what they're doing.
If he doesn't say bow railing, you're going to be like, which railing? In an exciting sequence, I would have felt like every moment. Like it was just more like cut to Scarlett Johansson, what she's doing, she's standing. Cut to Mahershala Ali, what is he doing? He's standing, but he's driving the boat. Cut to Nerd Guy, he's standing also. And then cut to the dinosaur. That was like the whole sequence. And then the ones with the big old fins attack them. Yeah. And then Mahershala Ali's like, I should probably drive the boat. The family jumps in the water and I'm like, they should be dead. Like forget about them. Like
it's crazy. They're
the
Mosasaur and the Spinosaurus is chasing them, and
the dad's like, the boat's gonna crash, and you're like, how do you know that?
Yeah.
How the heck do you know that right now? And he's like, jump in the water, daughter.
Those Spinosauruses wanted to kill the humans so bad that one jumped on the boat to kill Ed Skrein, but then they forgot to chase them once the family just jumped off.
Yeah, and we're left behind the fast-moving boat.
Yeah.
And then, so that they have that whole dramatic moment where the evil CEO guy like doesn't save the girl because she's like trying to call for help, and she knows, she's like, oh, you didn't try to save me.
Decent moment.
But then it's fine. It was, I've seen it in lots of other things, but like whatever. Like obviously you're gonna have a moment like that to prove how scummy this guy is.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Cuts to a few scenes later, Scarlett Johansson's like, So what was the deal with that? Why didn't you help her?
Like she noticed
Like
it.
she noticed.
Yeah.
I was like, if you would have
We
had
don't see her
exactly,
notice it.
You don't
Yeah.
see her notice it.
There are like fucking 18 things like that in the movie. He was like, "Hey, I saw a boat down there." I'm like, "When? When did you see a boat down
he
there?"
saw it on a screen for 5 seconds.
Or the nerd guy's like, "Yeah, I saw the exact bird we were looking for go into some kind of structure on the side of a cliff." I was like, "When the fuck did you see that?"
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson's like judging him. She's like, why didn't you save her? It looked like you didn't save her on purpose.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so you were able to clock all of that Scarlett Johansson and you couldn't save her?
That moment needed that character that he didn't save to die. Like, I think that
Yeah.
moment is super undercut by the fact that she lives.
Because that actually doesn't pay off.
Yeah.
Because
No,
by,
it literally just like-
by that point, you're already against that character.
Yeah, because then you're like, "Hey, you did it." He's like, "Hey, but I've got a gun, and hey, for the record, I didn't do it, but I have a gun." And then they
Why?
separate again, and he gets eaten separately, and then everyone's reaction is. And then we cut to something else, and I'm like, "What is happening?" I love it when pricks who deserve it get eaten in Jurassic Park.
Oh, it's always great.
They're-
When Ludlow
they do
dies
it-
in The
they do
Lost
it in
World, it's
every
great.
movie.
When Gennaro dies,
You're like, well, fuck lawyers.
yeah. And usually they get the best deaths. Like,
Yeah,
the
they're like,
assholes get the best death.
"Oh,
Eats him in a urinal.
it's climactic." This one, it's like, "Oh,
It's so anticlimactic. It's just like the
it's
he
not
gets
satisfying
stopped.
at
Yeah.
all." And it's like you can see the payoff coming from a mile away, and it's infinitely less satisfying than it is in your head.
Simple rewrite. I think this would have been so much more awesome. So really classic Gareth Edwards shot. Helicopter flies in, but it's all smoky, and you just see the lights of the helicopter reveal it's actually in the dinosaur's mouth. I thought that was a cool shot.
that was awesome.
What
That's a great
if
shot.
it had already picked up and landed and picked up the asshole CEO guy? So it lands, he's the only one there. He drives straight to the helipad, waves him down, and Mahershala Ali's like, wait, and he's like, go. And he just has them take off.
So is there anyone else? No, I don't see
No,
anybody.
I don't see it.
You
Yeah,
can go.
everyone else got
They're
eaten.
goners, go.
And then the helicopter starts to fly away, and then it starts to come back, maybe.
After shots of nerd guy going, no,
Yeah.
please come back. Really
back.
emotional.
Yeah.
Ham up the
And
emotions.
then,
He's crying. He's like,
music-
please, this is my only hope.
Music comes back in, and it's in the mouth of this giant thing.
So
that
much
would have
better.
been so much better.
And then cuts to like him like injured still in the thing, and then just blows up, and then his hand flies out with the thing attached. And they're like, "Oh, that would be sweet." Everyone claps.
Emotions would be great.
Everyone claps. The emotions are great.
That whole helicopter sequence was pretty cool. Really funny shot in the middle of
What
it,
you
though.
pitched is way better.
Emotionally, but I mean, even in that, what we got, there's that one really quick shot of all the people in the helicopter just screaming that I thought was so funny because it's like you
Yeah,
see
that was hilarious.
you see the helicopter come back in, it's in the giant dinosaur's mouth, and then it just cuts to
With the teeth coming through.
yeah, with the teeth coming through, and it's so weirdly cruel in a movie that so far has not really been like shown like.
Especially since these people are potentially innocent. The CEO, like his death and like him living as long as he did, it didn't like really matter. Like he could have died in that moment. It wouldn't have made a difference on the plot.
Him getting a gun doesn't change anything really.
I don't even feel any tension when he has the gun.
No. They're stealing so many plot elements from previous movies. This CEO character is a very similar character to Ludlow, a character from The Lost World. Almost identical, but there's a really big difference is that Ludlow has so much power throughout. He has an entire army of people basically behind him. Like they're the same character, except the power dynamic is immensely different. It's like you're using the same character and it's almost like you want him to have the same power dynamic, but in the setting of Jurassic Park 3, where he doesn't have any power, none of these people like him or care about him, but then you also want him to have the upper hand at the end. None of it's working, and I can just so clearly point to where all these things kind of have their roots in, and I'm like, you couldn't even like understood what worked about, or like why those pieces worked in those movies.
Yeah, I can see elements that totally could have worked in a better written, better directed movie, but like it's just so sloppily and lazily done and so uninterestingly done, and just not a single moment feels earned emotionally. Where like every time there's something scary or crazy happening in the first one, each character is acting so naturally in that situation, and it really makes you engrossed in the plot, but not this one. This one is just kind of like, yeah, none of you are in danger, obviously.
I also want to say, as a dinosaur fan, I will love anything with dinosaurs in it. Even Jurassic World Dominion knew to appeal to people like me. They were like, if we put a bunch of dinosaurs in, the little peanut brain people that just like dinosaurs will like this. I feel like this movie was so scarce on the dinosaurs, which is fine if you're gonna make a good movie. Jurassic Park doesn't have that many dinosaurs in it. That's fine, because it's amazing.
That's a good movie. Yeah.
But when you're gonna make a poopy and you just want to appeal to your Jurassic Park fans, at least put in a bunch of cool dinosaurs.
You gotta crank it up.
This movie, it feels like we had a lot of the mosasaur that was underwater for most of it. You never really get a single full shot of it. And then you get the Spinosauruses, which they have a completely new design for. I was super disappointed because they introduced a new dinosaur island in this movie. So now there are 3 InGen-owned dinosaur islands. I don't know why this one wasn't Isla Sorna. It could have just been Isla Sorna, I'm sure, but it's a 3rd dinosaur island. And I was like, okay, ooh, they're introducing a new Spinosaurus design. That's pretty interesting because the current canon is that the Spinosaurus in Jurassic Park 3 is super inaccurate to real life. I thought what they were gonna do is have both. I was actually really excited because I was like, ooh, they're going to be like, yeah, that Spinosaurus in Jurassic Park 3 was a mutant. They just, they called it a Spinosaurus in Jurassic Park 3 because they have the more, scientifically correct ones in the beginning. And I was like, ooh, I can't wait. They're going to have the Spinosaurus. And then they didn't. And that's fine. They wanted to have their own stupid mutants. But this is my big problem is then we get the river raft sequence with the T-Rex. And it feels like every moment with a real dinosaur felt like just pure lip service to showing real dinosaurs on screen. And then all of the horror, all the actual movie was all fake dinosaurs that they made. And I liked the designs. I thought the mutant Rancor
the evil one at the end.
Yeah, I thought it looked cool.
Spooky.
But I'm like, velociraptors. Ooh, they're going to be in the movie. Oh, they're just going to get eaten by mutant velociraptor pterodactyls. And I'm like,
yeah.
I get it to a degree, but as a dinosaur fan, I'm like, I want just dinosaurs. You don't need to. You don't need to do mutants.
That was incredibly nerdy.
Fuck you! You talked about boats for 30 minutes.
I do agree with your point. I appreciate it for sure.
Right. This is all very thrilling, but I say we should push on to the village.
And then the river raft sequence is a scene in the book. The scene just somehow just feels like a reference. Like it doesn't even feel like a scene. It kind of feels like it's there
with the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah. The T-Rex is acting like so unthreatening. It's like so weird. There's so
every
many moments
dinosaur
where I'm
in
like,
this movie's completely unthreatening.
but especially I felt like the T-Rex is like moving like unnaturally slow.
I wanted the teenage guy to die so badly, and then I knew once there was a scene where he's like, "Hey, you're kind of a nice guy there." I was like, "You're not gonna fucking kill him."
I knew the second he survived after that first scene. I literally leaned over to Sam's side. I was like, "Oh no, the reason he's annoying is because he's gonna have a character arc."
And then he's not a character after that.
Even though our first impression of him is, this is an insufferable human being.
And then they make him like
I can't
comic relief.
understand.
He's got a couple funny moments, and then you're kind of like, even with his character arc though, it's like not great.
Those
You're
moments
just
would be
kinda
funnier if he wasn't an insufferable prick as a first impression of that character.
To do a character like that, who's like kind of insufferable but has a redeeming arc, they need to also be super charismatic to be like lovably annoying.
You get why other people are annoyed, but you admittedly
Like Jack
find them
Sparrow
funny.
is like if you met Jack Sparrow in person, he would be fucking insufferable. He's so enthralling to watch on screen that you can't keep your eyes away.
I love that he annoys
You'd
other
have to
people.
have more heroic moments too, like at least a bigger one where you're like kind of like, okay, that tells me more about your character than all your douches.
David Koepp or whoever made this decision was taking their stupid pills, because they set up the most basic thing, the first scene with that character. He refuses to drive the boat. It's this big point of contention for the scene. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna be a dick. I don't want to drive the boat. And the dad's like, well, fucking fine, I'll do it. And then they go through this adventure. He has his arc. The two console. Then at the end, they're driving a boat away, and the dad is driving the boat again. Nice little bookend. The sun comes up, because the dad also broke his leg and was like limping the entire movie. So it was like, this is a perfect opportunity for now this annoying kid to complete his arc and step up to the plate.
That would have been a good
and
moment.
take over the boat for him, because over this adventure he's learned responsibility and is willing to be the person.
They even had a perfect setup for it. Like the guy was like, he's having trouble starting it, and like, what if he came over? He starts it,
Come on.
and then throws that thing into gear. So they want to go get the dino DNA for science.
Yeah.
But are they? Is it the dino DNA of mutant dinosaurs?
No.
So
They
would-
want
So then that's the answer I was looking for. 'Cause that's what I
specific
thought.
species that have a long lifespan.
So it's gotten so ridiculous at this point with these Jurassic Park movies, the way the dinosaurs act. Where like in the first one, it's like, yeah, they're crazy monster things, but they are just animals. Like it's not at no point am I like, this T-Rex is acting outside of how an animal would act.
Yeah.
If you run away from an animal and it becomes too hard or more dangerous, they won't chase after you. In this movie, they were psychotic, like Godzilla-like animals that just were like, I need to kill everything. If they would have had just a line in there where it's just like, oh no, this island is so like dry of resources, like they are going to be vicious. If they see any sort of meat they want, they're going to fight tooth and nail to try to get you. I wanted something like that because that would like excuse their behavior and
escalate the stakes.
Exactly. But then they just cut to a just insane field of eatable dinosaurs where I'm like, why are you all acting like you've never seen anything?
On top of that, so like, have you ever seen how much grass cows eat? Now imagine, like, that was, I saw that and I was like, that's an absurd amount of herbivores to
Keegan
be.
said the same thing.
Like, they would be, that amount of that size animal would have eaten the island clean within a week. Like, they need so much food to nourish a body that size. I was like, okay, yeah, maybe it's kind of believable if 2 or 3 are existing on this island, but like there's like hundreds of them. I was like, there's no way.
And yeah, those mutant dinosaurs that were like, I need to eat these humans because I've not seen a meal in 6 weeks. It feels like,
or not even that they like the island is resource lacking, but what if it's more that like, you know, like they're huge animals. They do need a lot of calories, and so it's like if you've mutated them and made them even bigger and like, you know, more nutrient dependent, then yeah, they do just need to eat more. These mutants are more dangerous because they're all bigger. And
it would have felt like better if I don't know, they just took the dinosaurs that are in Jurassic Park that like feel just like natural animals, like they're like these majestic things that are also sometimes trying to kill the main characters, but like they're still just like crazy majestic animals. Instead, they're just monsters in a monster movie. Like that T-Rex scene is annoying. It would have been great if that T-Rex scene happens. They have all that build-up, but then it's like, oh no, he's full. He just walks away.
Yeah.
Like, why would he care?
Yeah.
Why would he need to chase after the little girl and like try to eat the boat for so long when he just ate?
It would honestly, I think I'd appreciate that scene if it leaned into it more, and it literally is almost like playing with it. Like if it was just like not trying to eat them at all, but just like if a T-Rex is playing with you, there's like you're gonna die. Like you're not a toy.
So with that,
how many eggs?
what's that writer's name again?
David Koepp.
David Koepp, dude. I've never done this on this channel.
Whoa.
But I feel like you owe me eggs. I'm giving you a negative 12 out of 12.
Oh my God, Sam
This movie
Slade.
sucks so much.
Jesus Christ.
I was so upset watching it. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
This is so bad. It's so insulting to watch, is what it is.
Yeah.
When I first walked out of the movie, I was very bitterly disappointed with my already pretty low standards. But upon the ride home, thought about it a little bit more, and it did get worse.
The more I thought about it, the worse it became. Many are saying it is an average Jurassic Park film. It is in the middle. I disagree. I think it's the worst Jurassic Park film.
Whoa. You're putting it below
I was going to say
Dominion
it's
and
bottom
Fallen
2 or
Kingdom?
3 at least.
I'd rather
I'd have
watch
to
those.
rewatch those, yeah.
I'd rather watch Dominion, which I know
Wow.
I know is a hot take.
That's a hot take.
Everyone fucking hates it.
And that's sad for me to say. I don't want to think that. I didn't want to think that going in.
No,
You shouldn't
really
want to
wanted-
think about watching bad movies.
I really wanted to like this movie.
So yeah, and so it's. I gotta give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
I think that's fair and balanced as well.
Very
Yeah.
balanced. That's a balanced score.
You know, it's not terrible.
Scarlett Johansson is good.
The camera is on. Scarlett Johansson. And I would say
on
Usually
film.
shot on film.
the main cast is trying really hard with the awful material they have.
I really wanted to like this movie, and I wanted to walk out of this movie saying, you know what? I got a mediocre Jurassic Park movie, but it had dinosaurs. I felt like it didn't really even give me the dinosaurs that I wanted. Like, Gareth Edwards could have not directed this movie. Like, even the stuff that he's good at. There's a couple shots throughout, like, another one we didn't mention that I liked was that there's the buildup of like the guy is on the rope and there's the big pterodactyl chasing him, and he's like, Mahershala, he's trying to get him up, and then it just cuts
it just
to
comes up with the rope.
Yeah,
in his
the pterodactyl already has him. Like, that was a cool
It's
concept.
good stuff.
But like in general, like his
It's not
usual
directed
sense
well,
of scale, like the visual impressiveness.
It could have been directed by Fort Johnson.
I don't necessarily want to say it's my least favorite Jurassic Park movie because the bottom three are really duking it out in my mind right now. But it is in contention with the bottom three, and I think I hate it more.
It's fresher.
So I am going to have to give it a 12 out of 12. It did have a T-Rex in it for about 30 seconds.
That was cool.
That was cool.
That's fair.
That's fair.
T-Rex was in it. It roared.
And I have to give dinosaurs eggs every single time.
That's a positive score.
So that's an 8 out of 34.
Yeah, that's a positive score.
That's a positive score.
So go see it. Go see Jurassic World Resurgence.
One of the worst theater experiences I've had.
Oh yeah, and it doesn't help that the Starlight Cinemas just does not want you to watch a movie
No.
in a comfortable way.